we first set up the system, we got it running maybe about 2 months ago, and we just planted whatever we could because we wanted to see what could grow. And so some of the things that we knew that basil would grow from our literature review, and so we've got 2 types of basil. We've got a mammoth basil with the big leaves, and we've got a smaller basil, Basil marcellus, with the small leaves. And the small leaf basil doesn't tend to show as many nutrient deficiencies in our system, so it's kind of an interesting thing that we've learned. We've got a lot of mint. Mint does amazing in this system. This was all from just a couple cuttings, and then we discovered that watercress, and watercress does very well in the system too. It's an aquatic plant. We even have a watercress right here that's bolting. It's about to flower. Tobacco is doing okay. You can tell that there's some mobile nutrient deficiencies because the lower leaves are light green and the upper ones are dark green. But that could just be because we're not putting in as much fish food into the system as we're supposed to because our fish are tiny. But then over here, another view of the roots. I'll pull out one of these peppermint plants. And you can see it's quite large. It's those in the roots. And these are the main roots, and then I guess these are, this looks like a rhizome, underground rhizome, but doing very well. We've kind of split up our system into 2 sections. This is what I was talking about before, just experimental plants. Then on this side, we've got our actual experiments with the system. So right now we're running 2 experiments. The first one is a propagation experiment because we noticed that plants tend to propagate very well in the system. And so we took cuttings from our Marcellus basil, and we put them in tap water, in aquaponic water, and we put them in the system directly.
Wow.
And so far, I haven't checked them today, but we noticed like 2 roots in there, maybe 1 to 2 roots in here and 1 root in here, but it's nothing's definitive yet. And we've got our second experiment is just a standard growth experiment. We had two varieties of tomatoes. I can't remember them offhand. Jersey Devil and another one. And we're just going to grow them in the aquaponic system and then in soil, and then compare their dry weights in the end to see how it stacks up